Okay, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Since I did my James Charles casting call video the other day, I feel like I've been ready to film again and ready to do this again because sometimes if I wait a long time, I feel like it's harder than it actually is. So I actually had a lot of fun filming that video, and then I just received the new ColourPop butterfly collection in the mail, so I really wanted to do a look with this collection. So it came with the Flutter by palette. It's a 12 shadow palette. Looks like this. And then it came with 4 Super Shock shadows and 2 Jelly Mutt shadows, 5 lipsticks, and then this little, I don't have it in front of me, but a little powder puff that you can put it's like a pink kind of shimmer that you can put on your body. So that's everything that comes with it. The entire collection is $90. You can also buy obviously individual. The palette is $18. The Pixie Puff highlighter, with the one for your body, that one is $16. The lipstick set is $34. Each Super Shock shadow is $6. Each Jelly Mutt shadow is $8. If you want to buy the lipsticks individually, those are $7.50. So today I'm going to be doing an eye look. I already have my base on. I already have my eyebrows done, carved out, all that good stuff. So I just need to do primer on my eyes and we'll get into it. So let's do it. So the first thing I do before I actually prime my eyes with an eyeshadow primer is I use the Shiseido Wrinkle Resist 24 Eyes, 20 something like that. It's this guy right here. And I actually think that they discontinued this, or they at least renamed it, so it's called Line Smoother. And what I like about this is you can put it on your under eyes, but you can also put it on your eyelids. And if you have dry textured eyelids and you struggle with putting on eyeshadow, then you have to buy this. It just makes everything better. Everything blends better, looks more pigmented. It's my favorite product of all time. It can feel kind of greasy almost, but that is to me a good thing because it just gives you such a good base for eyeshadow. Okay, so now that I have the eye cream on, I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia eye primer. I'm just gonna use, let's see, the Anastasia A4 brush to put the primer on. I'm gonna kind of just tap it out with my fingers. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Flutter by eyeshadow palette. I don't even know honestly what I'm doing yet. I haven't put that much thought into it, but sometimes those are my favorite looks where I just don't even know where I'm starting, and then I kind of just go for it and they end up being my favorite. So I always start with a darker color first. I don't know why, but maybe just for fun today, I'll start with a lighter color. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Lush, which is this shade right here. And I'm just gonna take the M433 blending brush and kind of tap that on my eyelid. This will help too so that the eyeshadow primer doesn't crease. I have hooded eyes, so if I don't put eyeshadow right on after the eye primer, then it creases really badly. Just hooded eye problems. If you know, you know. I feel like I want to do a smoky eye, but that's not super creative. But this palette gives me kind of that smoky eye vibe, so I'm just gonna do it. There's this really pretty blackish brown shade called Float On. It's this one right here. And it's matte, but has a little bit of gold shimmer inside of it. So I'm gonna take a Morphin M209 brush. It does have some fallout. I'm gonna tap it on the back of my hand and just really gently pat that onto my eyelid. It is more of a really dark brown than a black. I have noticed quite a bit of fallout with this palette, but honestly that never is a concern for me. I just know you have to be careful with it, but just wanted to mention it. So the trick with the smoky eye and hooded eyes is bringing up the dark color above where, you have to bring it up onto the hood of your eye a little bit. So if I'm looking straight forward, I want to be able to see just a tiny bit of that dark color. So it's always good with hooded eyes to do your makeup with your eyes open rather than like this or closed. If you keep your eyes open, then you can really get an idea of where the shadow's going and if you have it in the right place for your eye shape. So the other thing is this eye for me is like a weight, it's almost like a different shape. So I really have to be conscious of bringing the shadow up the same on this side. And it is not easy. So if you ever see my eyes look a little bit uneven, it's just because my eye on this side is like a completely different shape. I got Botox once and asked her if like she could fix that for me. And she's like, nope, sorry, you just have extra skin on that eye. And I was like, oh, well, that's awesome. She's like, you could have surgery. Lady, I can't afford surgery. It looks pretty even to me. We'll see, I'll be editing this video and like yelling at myself because they're not even close to even. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with the M433 again. And I'm gonna use the shade Made to Last. I think it should be dark enough. Well, you know what, let's do Wild Wing. That's this guy right here. I wanna keep it kind of on the purple side instead of mauve. I'm just gonna gently blend that out. If you have trouble with, I've heard like a lot of people say when they do smoky eyes, it like makes them look like they got punched in the eye. And I mean, smoky's supposed to be a little bit darker and a little bit more sultry, but not like you got punched in the eye. But I think that you should just start as minimal as you can and build it up if you need to. Like, yeah, my eyes look dark right now, but that's kind of what I'm going for, if that makes sense. But if you're scared and hesitant on doing a smoky eye, just start out with a small amount of shadow or product. So next I'm going to take a liner, a black liner. I'll do the ColourPop cream gel liner in Swerve, which is just black. I'm gonna line my waterline. And I'm gonna be kind of messy with this. Bring it down onto my lash line as well. And also up here. I'm so bad at this part. Okay, so I'm just touching up the darker shadow on my lid. Since these do have kind of a purple tone, they do tend to get a little bit patchy, but honestly, they're looking pretty good. And then I'm gonna take a fluffier blending brush, the Anastasia A10. I'm gonna go in again with the Wild Wing color, which is that kind of, I don't know how I would describe that, like a taupe, a little bit of a purple in it. I'm just gonna blend out again. For my lower lash line, I'm gonna start with the shade Float On, which is this really dark shade I use on my lid. I'm just gonna kind of smudge out that black liner. I feel like I never quite bring my bottom lash eyeshadow down enough. I'm always like scared that it's gonna look intense. With a smoky eye, I feel like you really want to smoke it out. And then I'm gonna take the Morphe X Jeffree Star brush in JS12. Looks like this here. And then back with that shade Wild Wing. And so I've literally only used 2 different shadow shades on this look so far. So I'm going to take a clean blending brush, a really fluffy one. It's the JH32. I'm just going to kind of diffuse the edges so that there's no harsh lines. And then after diffusing the edges, I think I'm actually going to use this brush to go back in with the shade Lush, which is the kind of cream color right here. And I'm going to blend that just down my under eye a little bit. Honestly, I love that I received this collection because butterflies remind me of my grandpa. He actually passed away a few years ago. And one of the last things he and my grandma did was go to a butterfly, like, what do they call it? Like a, I don't know. I'm going to call it an exhibit, but I know there's another word for it. But they went there, and that was the last thing that they kind of did together before he got sick. And the last picture she ever took of him was him at the butterfly exhibit. And he had a butterfly that had rested on his shoulder. And that was the very last picture that was ever taken of him. So whenever I see butterflies, I just get this overwhelming feeling that my grandpa's around. Sorry, this got really deep for a second, but when I saw this collection, I just felt like, I don't know, I felt my grandpa, if that makes sense, if you believe in that kind of thing. I for sure do. So maybe I'll use the shade Mighty Morphin. It's this kind of golden shade here. I don't know if you can see it. It's super beautiful. But maybe I'll use it on my inner eye and under my brow here. This brush from Sigma, this little mini fan brush, is the freaking best for under your eyebrows. I have 2 of them, and I don't think I could use anything else now. Which I didn't just say that to self-promote, but you can use code KKMUA to get a discount on Sigma. I'm really sorry if I talk really quietly. Like when I'm filming a video, I get so concentrated and I almost mumble. So that's one of those things that I'm gonna have to work on as I continue to film videos. And then I haven't done my face highlight yet, so I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Lightning Dust Fire Crystal Duo, and I always use Fire Crystal, which is this one right here. It's kind of got a pink shift to it, so I feel like it is gonna go really well with this look. You know what, I'm gonna do some dewy set before I do this. When my face is kind of damp like that with the setting spray, I can kind of see better where to put my highlight. Put a crap ton of highlighter on your face. That's this step. I'm going to take the same brush and just put a little bit more highlight on my inner corner. My inner corner is very deep set, so it's hard to kind of get that color to pop. I always have to try and enhance it a little bit in Photoshop so you can kind of actually see what it looks like in real life, in real person. So as I'm sitting here looking at this eyeshadow, I'm considering adding a topper to just the dark part. And by topper, I mean one of the Super Shock shadows. The shade that I gravitate towards is Ringly. Look at this shade. But I feel like it doesn't go with my look. Then there's the shade Flying Circus, which is this shade here, which I feel like goes a little bit more. It's got like a bluish purple shift to it. I'm gonna get a synthetic brush so that it picks up that color a little bit better. I'm not gonna go over the entire dark part. I just am gonna go, maybe leave a little bit of the dark right above it. This is a very grungy smoky eye, and those are always my favorite. The nice thing about grungy smoky eyes is You don't have to be perfect. Like, it can kind of almost be a little bit sloppy and it still looks really good. Okay, so I have my lashes on. These are the Tatti Lashes in TL3, I believe. Yeah, TL3. And they are very dramatic, but I love how they kind of flare up. And Khloe Kardashian wears them, and I love Khloe Kardashian, so there you go. I also just put on some lip plumper. It's the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme. I love putting this on before I put any other lip product on. So I'm gonna start with the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Wherever Walnut to line my lips. Getting my lips even is it's a challenge. It's like doing winged liner. Like, this side gets a lot higher and out of control, so then I have to fix the other side. Then that side gets higher, out of control, so then I have to fix this side. And it's a never-ending cycle. As good as it's gonna get. And then from the Butterfly collection, I'm going to use the shade Virgo Moon. It looks like this here. I wanted to use like the most nude shade possible. So some of the other ones are a little bit darker, and then there's one that's a little bit more pink, but that doesn't go with the look that I did. So this one's more of a nude-ish. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the Marc Jacobs Sugar Sugar. This is like one of their lip gloss, what do they call them? Gloss stick, so they twist up like this. And like I said, this is the shade Sugar Sugar, so it's a really pale color. I'm just gonna put that in the center. So all in all, I really love this collection. I get so excited when I get the Super Shock pigments because they're always such a fun color. They have like fun reflex, and they're always so different than anything else that I own. So when I saw that they included some of those in there, I was super excited. Honestly, I've never tried the Jelly Much shadows. I have only tried the Glitterly Obsessed glitter gel, and I love those. Like, I can't say enough how much I love those. I just need to learn more about the Jelly Mud shadow before I use it, so I'll try and learn a little bit more about these and then maybe use them later on. So that's the end of my video on the ColourPop Butterfly collection. Let me know what you think down below, and let me know if you want a video on the Jelly Much eyeshadows. I could do like a first impression / trying to use them / tutorial if I'm able to use them. I can do a video all about those. If I do, then I might purchase a couple more of them so I don't just have 2. But if you're interested in that video, comment below, tell me yes, you should do that, and I will do that. So I hope you love this video. Please give it a thumbs up for me. And also, if you haven't watched my James Charles casting call video yet, 5 minutes long, all I need is for you to watch it, give it a thumbs up. You can comment if you want, and I would appreciate that so much. I would love this opportunity. I don't know if I even have a chance, but I hope I do. But thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I will see you in my next video.